Greetings, this is Coyote. I have a special announcement about dark retreats. I am writing a book which should act as a guide for doing dark retreats or help people understand what and why and how to do a dark retreat if that is something that you would be interested in, or just cool information about people do what. So, anyway, some of the topics and chapters that I'm covering will be: what is a dark retreat? Preparing a space to do a retreat, food ports, and fasting. If you don't want to fast, some people can't, some people shouldn't. It's an option, but if you're going to have food brought in, you need a way to get food in there without bringing in light. Precautions and safety. That's a big one because when you're alone, sequestered in a totally dark room, you want to conduct it in such a way where you're not going to get hurt or something. And then I'll get into phase one of the retreat, which encompasses incessant memory recall and what that feels like. Fractal visions, that's a type of vision that I've seen quite frequently during my retreats. I don't know if other people see the same things. I would like to find out. Other visual experiences, and then which includes seeing lights and various hallucinations. It's quite fascinating. There are different kinds of these visual experiences. And another big thing which some people encounter and then they end the retreat is thresholds. I've experienced thresholds in other areas of life, and you think, I can't go through that door, I'm going to quit or something. But in a dark retreat, you actually do go through the door if you quit because you open up and leave. But I'll discuss what that's like and how to mentally, emotionally deal with it, possibly, which gets into mind games. There's lots of mind games that go on when you're sitting alone with your thoughts. And then there's this time distortion. It's really hard when you don't have any outside input of day, night, and the clock's ticking. You just lose track of how much time is passing, and maybe you think more time is passing than it actually has. So that's an interesting, gets into the mind games. Then there are breakthrough experiences. That's where you get to the point where it just something big happens. You have a big vision. It's part of going deeper, which is another topic. These aren't necessarily the end order that chapters will be in. These are the topics that I'll cover. After I get everything written, I'll sort it out so that it makes sense. And there's another one that of going deeper is going to Narnia. That's when you're in a visual experience and you forget that you're sitting in a dark room or lying in a bed in total darkness. You're someplace else completely. It's quite fascinating. I've experienced that two or three times. And another chapter is testimonials. So if you've done a dark retreat or know somebody else who has, I would like to hear what you had to say, what your thoughts, feelings. Would you do it again? Did you like it? Did you hate it? How long did you stay in? Anything that you can share about your experience would be educational for people who are learning about it for the first time. There's another important question. Why do a dark retreat? Why does anybody want to do that? I mentioned it to some people, they go, oh, no, 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 I can't do that. But maybe they should. But if you can't, you can't. It's not, it's something you have to choose to do yourself. You can't make somebody else do it because it's quite a trip. Then another important aspect is what does science say? People who have studied this and got some measurements or scientific data about what happens in the brain when a person is cut off from all light, social interaction, everything. It's quite fascinating. I've had some amazing experiences, and it's been an important part of my healing journey. And then there's one more aspect that I did on my sixth retreat. It was called, I call it a twilight retreat because it wasn't totally dark. It was nearly dark. And so I had some different experiences that didn't match when I was in total darkness for several days. So I'll cover that and discuss what I experienced and what I did and didn't do. So send me an email with your testimonials of what you experienced or learned, anything, and I'll include it in this story. If you don't want me to use your name, fine, just make up one, or just tell me to make up one myself, or just initials, whatever. It's your choice. I'm not gonna encroach upon anything if you don't want it, but tell me what you think and what you felt and what you experienced. It'll be fun. So stay tuned, and as I get the chapters written, I'm gonna read through each chapter and share about the progress of this book writing experience. Hopefully by September, October. I would like to get it done this year, but we'll see. I'm pressing forward. So take care and do nothing in the dark for a week. It'll change your life.